Okay, moving right along with our blueberry wine. Another second to rehydrate here. Okay, revisiting the recipe. Alright, let's see. What I did next was I mixed all our dry ingredients. We have 7.5 teaspoons of acid blend. We have 2 Camden tablets crushed up and 1/2 teaspoon of tannin. I've taken those dry ingredients, put them all in one dish, and I'm going to mix them in a solution of sugar water. And we'll mix that up good. Okay, and let's see, the other ingredient I'm going to add at this time is the pectic enzyme solution. I'm going to add a little bit more than 1/4 teaspoon. It calls for 1/4 teaspoon per 5 gallons. We're doing about a 6-gallon batch here, so I'm going to do a little bit more than 1/4 teaspoon. Throw that in. And let's see, the last ingredients that we haven't put in yet is basically just the package of yeast and the yeast energizer. I'm going to save that till after I take the liquid ingredients here and dump it in the fermenter with the actual blueberries. Mix that up a little bit more. So right now, what I've got our approximately 12 pounds of blueberry mash in the primary fermenter in a bag, tied so the skins can't come out. There's a nice pond of juice at the bottom already. In this pail, we've got all our ingredients with the exception of the yeast and the yeast energizer. And again, those ingredients are approximately 10 pounds of sugar, 7.5 teaspoons of acid blend, 1/3 teaspoon of pectic enzyme, 2 Camden tablets, and 1/2 teaspoon of tannin, all mixed in there. All those ingredients are available online at eBay or any of the retailers that sell winemaking ingredients. Alright, so at this time, I'm going to take this solution of ingredients and I'm going to throw it in the primary fermenter with the blueberries. I did a pretty good job of mixing. There's no clumps of sugar or any ingredient at the bottom of this pail, which is good. And basically, before we go any further, we want to manage the temperature of our solution. We're hoping that it's going to be in the 70 to 75 degree range before we go and put the yeast in. Again, I'm doing this in New York in the middle of winter, so my water was cold and I had to boil it to warm it up. So I got to keep a close eye on it. And once it gets to about 75 degrees, it's got to come down a little bit. Once it gets to about 75 degrees, we'll add the remaining ingredients, which will be the yeast and yeast energizer, and we'll be good from there. Alright, see you again in a couple minutes on the next segment.